So, hello everyone. It's Thursday. And so today we're talking about fat camps, but first I wanted to apologize for last week. It was like such a hellish week just because I had so much to do. It was one of those weeks where I had to map out hour by hour, day by day, every single thing I had to do in order to get everything done. So it was really stressful, to say the least. And on top of school stuff, I've been trying to apply to graduate schools, and so I'm applying to 12, and so I'm trying to get that done before I go home for Christmas, and so that's been also a lot of work. So I apologize for that. I really do. Also, I didn't know that I could tape video cameras on my computer. I've been checking out cameras from my school, and school closed, and so last week I was like, oh, what do I do? Even the week before that, when I did the beauty thing, I would have done it on this if I had known that I could use my little MacBook video camera or whatever. So anyways, it won't happen again, and I apologize for that. This week we're talking about fat camps, and like the other girls, I've never been to a fat camp, and I've actually never known anybody who has been to a fat camp. But I have watched TV and movies, and I love documentaries, and there was this one MTV True Life that had to do with fat camps, and I've watched that like 8 times, and so all of my information I get is from there, and just from my own thinking about it. Basically, I'm not against fat camps, actually, at all. I think that there's so much social outcasting that goes on when it comes to being fat when you're young, when you're young, elementary school, high school, whatever, and you're socially outcast. And so I think that fat camps actually gives you a chance to feel like you're normal, and to where you don't stand out because of your size, but you get to do normal kid things. And, it's regular camp, and so there are fun things to do. Like Asteria mentioned that there was rock climbing, and there's canoeing, and there's swimming, and there's just socializing and dancing and having fun. And so just those things in general, where the kids feel like they're not abnormal because of their size, like they maybe do when they're not at fat camp, when they're around non-fat people. I think that that's a really positive experience. Now, I will say that the weight loss part, I don't agree with. I mean, from what it looked like in the True Life documentary, it didn't look like there was much education. It just looked like there were just portioned food control sizes where they didn't have any options and everything, and they basically forced them to diet. And I am avidly against dieting in any way. I think that it's very, very unhealthy, and so I think that if anything, fat camp is bad because it's creating unhealthy habits in that they force them to diet, basically. Being active and stuff, that's really good. Choosing to be healthy, that's really good. But I don't know. From what I see, and it doesn't really look so good, the dieting part. Other than that, though, I don't really know what else. Christmas is next week. It's my day again. So maybe you'll see some more of my family like I did for Thanksgiving. And if you have any other requests, I'll be in Austin, Texas, visiting my family. And my brother, who was not in my last one, my second brother, I have 2 brothers, and his fiance is going to be with us. So there's going to be 7 people in the house in a little 2-bedroom house. So that's going to be interesting. It'll be fun. There's one more thing I wanted to say. I just watched Asteria's hitting the fat sign, the like with the noodle or whatever. And it made me laugh, and it was so cute and funny. Um, but I don't think fat is a bad word. Like, I think that the way that society has constructed fat, it has come off as like a derogatory term. It doesn't have to be that way. If you really think about it, it's just a descriptive term. Like thin doesn't automatically mean one thing. Like fat doesn't have to mean anything. I mean, people who have fat in their bodies can consider themselves fat. And it's only when it's used as a judgment and used as a way of controlling those, making them feel bad about themselves, that's when, the ethics plays into it. But I say embrace the word fat. Call yourself fat. Don't do it in a negative way, though, but call yourself fat. Like, oh, I have red hair, and I'm 5'7", and I'm fat. Like, it only has power if you give it power, basically. And, but I did like that scene, Asteria. Okay, I'll see you guys on Christmas.